Hey guys, in this video we're going to be talking about the importance of describing your symptoms, okay, whatever symptoms you're struggling with. So as you can see, this is my symptom input page, and in this top row I'm listing out all of my symptoms that I'm challenged with throughout the day. So this is going to differ from me to you. Obviously your symptoms are going to be different, whatever it is that you're going through. So I would encourage you to list out your symptoms up here in the top row, okay, as many as you can. In this column B right here, you also want to include a symptom total. Okay, so the symptoms are kind of a composite of every symptom throughout the day. You just kind of put it all together on a scale of 1 to 10. You rate it. Okay, you can also see in this first column right here, we're including the date. Okay, this scrolls up. I'm just showing you the bottom here. You want to include the date over here in the first column. Okay, so the date and then all of your symptoms. Okay, and what you want to do is every night you want to rate your symptom on a scale of 1 to 10. Okay, and how you set that up might be different, right? If it's a positive symptom, quote unquote, for instance, like instead of calling it brain fog, which I experience throughout the day a ton of, that's like one of my primary symptoms. Instead of saying that, I just say presence. So it's the opposite, right? So for presence, a high score for me, like a 10, means that I'm perfectly have zero brain fog, right? A 10 is what I want. 10 is like completely clear-headed. 1 would be like almost about to pass out or almost unconscious because I have so much brain fog, right? Okay, so that's the gamut, right? So what you want to do is you want to rate at the end of the day, 1 through 10, how intense was that symptom throughout the day, right? So if it was a good day, it might be an 8, right? If it was a terrible day, maybe it's a 3, something like that, right? So every day you want to do that with every symptom, right? Throughout the day. So on, the 10th of April, I rated energy as a 7.75, cognition is a 7.5, presence as a 6, right? 6 out of 10, right? So you can see kind of the pattern there. Rating your symptoms on a scale of 1 to 10 allows you to do cool things because it allows you to track, as you can see in this chart right here, right? This is just an example. I've got, tons of examples. You can track over time your different symptoms, right? You can see what correlates well with each other. This blue line right here, if I can click on this in the series, I don't know if it'll let me click on it, but anyway, this blue line right here represents brain fog. You can see that there's a pretty robust correlation between brain fog and this red line, which is levels of depression. So I can tell by tracking my symptoms over time in the last month that there is a moderate correlation. It's not perfect, but there is definitely a moderate correlation between my levels of brain fog throughout the day and my level of depression, right? Which is very interesting. I never realized that until a couple weeks ago since I started tracking this. So that's just just a quick example. I'll go into that in more of a future video as well. Okay, so basically the whole point of this video though is what I want to talk about is describing your symptoms, okay, and the importance of describing your symptoms. In Google Sheets, what you can do is you can click on any cell and you can go up into the top bar up here. You can click insert. You go down to insert note. The hotkey is Shift F2, right? So you can insert your note. You can type anything that you want to in these cells, right? And when you type something, if you click off of it, you're going to see a little black check mark up in the top right hand corner. Okay, every time you hover your cursor over it, you're going to see a note for that specific cell. So what I encourage you to do is, for your symptoms, for every symptom that you have, you want to insert a note. Okay, so up here in this top row, you can see all of these symptoms have notes attached to them. Okay, and what this is you want to describe the symptom itself, okay, in more detail. So so why would you want to describe the symptom to yourself if you're the one experiencing it? Well, there's a few reasons, right? If you decide to visit a physician or a functional medicine practitioner or whoever, you want to have an accurate description at that time, right? Because for one, that's going to allow him to better diagnose you, right? If you just come in and say, gee, doc, I'm struggling with brain fog. I just got a ton of brain fog. Well, brain fog can mean 100 different things, right? And the physician's not going to know what you're talking about. Okay, does that mean that you don't have very good memory? Does brain fog mean that, I don't know. I mean, it can mean a whole bunch of different things. So what I did is, so that's one reason. Another reason might be, though, when you're in the doctor's office, you have about 30 seconds to give them your spiel, right? You have 30 seconds to describe what it is that you're going through because the doctor doesn't have time. He's got to get out of there real fast, right? He doesn't have a lot of time with you, right? So in that moment, it's very likely that you're going to forget some things, right? So that's why it's also important to record this. And even if you don't decide to go to a physician, being able to understand your symptom better allows you to, hey, you want to go to Dr. Google, you can type in these things for Dr. Google. This will give you a better search result in the query, right? So those are a few reasons why you'd want to do this. So what you basically do, I'll just give you a quick example here. So for brain fog, in the presence column right here, for me, what I experience is uncoordination, right? So uncoordinated walking sometimes when it's really bad. I experience blurred vision when it comes to the brain fog, right? Impaired visual processing speed is something that I've noted in the past before. Dulled hearing, inability to hear reverberations or background noises, things like that. Impaired proprioception, which is touch. So the thing is, I don't experience all of these every day, but I experience some of them, right? And so I want to go ahead and record this in this note for future reference. So I encourage you to do that for as many symptoms as you can, right? So do that with every symptom up here. It's just going to help you to be more familiar with your symptoms, more familiar with what you're dealing with, and how to resolve it. Okay, I hope that helps you guys. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. I'd love to help you out. So, all right, till next time.